All right, so those of you who remember a band that changed my life, for those of you who do not know, I grew up on Long Island. I'm from New York, and by the way, the blizzard that hit, I was almost not able to make it out here because the airports were closed. And I called Kennedy Airport. I said, "You gotta get me out. I gotta go to Zionsville, man." And they got me here, safe and sound. Thank goodness. But I grew up on Long Island, and my mom, check this out. My mom was a concert pianist. My dad's a famous artist. And my mom had 4 boys in 4 years, popped them right out when she was about 21. And she was determined to have a string quartet in her family. So my oldest brother's a very well-known violin player. My second oldest brother is the principal cellist of the Syracuse Symphony. And then I came along and I played the viola. And then my younger brother played violin, so we were the first all-brother string quartet. We would tour around the country playing Beethoven quartets and Mozart and Haydn. It was incredible. And then my parents made the fatal mistake of buying me a record called Sgt. Pepper's. You know what I'm talking about? That changed everything. All of a sudden, the Beatles were the most important band in the world, and they still are. So check this out. 3 years ago, I was playing on stage at Shea Stadium in New York. Last play at Shea with Billy Joel, who I tour with a lot, work on string arrangements with. 5 feet to my left was Billy Joel. 5 feet to my right was Sir Paul McCartney. And it was one of those moments of my life, because I always knew that the Beatles needed a viola player. But they never called me for some reason, so I had a split second. I remember speaking to Paul on his way up to the stage. He said, "I love touring the country, going to schools and empowering kids with music. And there's a song that we're going to play for you tonight that changed my life." It was the first real pop song that had a string quartet. And I told Paul that we use the Beatles' music to empower the kids. Because when I worked with these kids and I asked them, "Have you ever heard of the Beatles?" they go, and then when I ask them, "Have you ever heard of a band called Led Zeppelin?" and they go, yeah! I said, "Well, who's playing this music for you?" It's you guys. My mom never played me Led Zeppelin. Anyway, it's a great time for us to share music. There is no generation gap anymore. Thank goodness. Remember the Lawrence Welk generation did not quite understand what we were doing at Woodstock, but that's okay, because now, these kids, I mean the little ones, when I'm hanging out with the little ones, I'm like, "Mark, man, Pink Floyd, I'm into Pink Floyd." I said, "What? Who's playing that? Who's showing that?" "My dad is really into Pink Floyd." Wow, that's so great. So tonight we are celebrating also you guys for sharing your music, because there's no generation gap anymore. Music is all the same, it's beautiful, and it connects us all. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Eleanor Rigby.